From Goodyear Heights to vacationers everywhere.
Welcome back to Bearded and Crunchy, episode 13.
Ooh, lucky number.
Yep, I was just getting ready to say that. Welcome back, guys. Bearded and Crunchy. As always, thank you guys for listening when you do. It's much appreciated. And please, for the umpteenth time, go follow us on the socials, comment, please. I've been saying that the last few episodes, but I literally just realized that those aren't released yet, so I'm just repeating myself to people who haven't heard the original message.
Yeah, that's all right. We're really far ahead. And
vacationers, huh?
Yeah, that's a foreshadowing event.
Yeah. We figured, yesterday was the 4th. This is vacation season.
It is.
We figured it'd be a fun topic, just something that we can talk about our experiences with vacations and getting the fuck away from the real world for a little while, which is ultimately, I think, what that's what most of us do it for.
I haven't had a vacation in 4 years.
We went 2021.
Okay.
We went to Myrtle Beach. That was the last vacation.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, unless you count like taking Ty out for his birthday, but that's not really a vacation.
That's not really a vacation.
So yeah, it's been a while for us too.
I don't know if I look at vacation as going out of state for maybe a day or two, or.
I mean, I guess if we do that, then we go to West Virginia a couple times, so I guess you could kind of count that. But I guess that is a vacation.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I can talk about that a little if we have time for that. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. It's literally a vacation where we just go and like reset and
that's the best
reboot.
part.
Yeah.
Which can lead me into my opening question. And here's your opening question. Eric, what do you love most about vacation?
Ooh, that is not the question I thought I didn't know what you were going to ask, but that's for me. And we've talked about this because you were kind of skeptic about doing this because I don't have a lot to add to this, which I didn't care. But you also brought up a good point. It was kind of the same with the collectibles. But for me, I think because like I literally didn't leave Akron until I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's seeing new places. I enjoy that. Even, like when we go somewhere, like I was going to mention this, but I'll mention it in the opening question because it's perfect. In 2003, it was not a vacation, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
But I went to South Dakota, and I saw, like, legit, like, Native American, like, teepee.
Ooh,
like,
nice.
Yeah, like, smoke coming out of them. But we seen Mount Rushmore.
Oh, nice.
The problem was we were out there because my grandmother had passed, and we were helping my aunts and uncles like clean out her house and stuff like that. Me and my mom flew out, but that was cool to see, despite the reason why we were out there. So even though it wasn't really a vacation, I did see vacation things. So I still tend to tell people I've seen it if we're talking about vacation.
Yeah, you're not here, so
and I have to say, our history is whitewashed, and there's plus, only the winners write history.
Right.
So I take anything that we've learned in school, history-wise, with a grain of salt. But it is something to see. It's mine.
Yeah.
It's actually like insane to see it.
I've never seen it.
Well, and real quick before we let you answer the question, it's really neat because where my aunt lived, because she was living out there because she was taking care of my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
She actually lived in a double-wide trailer. Now, at this time, this was 2003. I thought a trailer was some fucking trailer park bullshit.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were nice trailers.
Yeah, nice trailers.
Dude, this was like a house.
Oh, yeah.
And but where she lived was centered in the Custer's Last Stand.
No shit.
Yeah, like there's this big at the top. It's like goes like this, and there's house, and then at the top there's this little like sign and shit, and it explains it all. Yeah, it's really neat. But what I was getting at is where she lived. There's these mountains that you can drive through, and when you go around them, you actually go in, like they've carved out the mountain.
Yeah.
But it's neat because as you go up, as you drive around, when you go through the little tunnel, it immediately shows you Mount Rushmore. So every time you're going around it, you can see it off in the distance. one of the coolest things I've
That's
ever seen.
awesome,
Yeah,
bro.
it was really cool.
I've
But-
never been further west than Texas.
Well, South Dakota is the farthest I went.
Yeah.
So I mean, and if you really think about it, it's not much farther west where I was than any part
Yeah.
of Texas. So
Yeah, yeah.
But-
I mean, I have an uncle that lives outside of Houston.
and we all know that's where Jermaine also
Yeah.
lives. So yeah.
So I've been to Houston. Man, what a busy city that is, though.
It is, and I've said this before. I probably say this because that's where my best friend lives. But when I went to see him in 2021,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was, but I loved it there.
Yeah, it's nice down
And
there.
maybe it was because I hadn't seen him in a while. I don't know, but like it just everything about it. It's not a fast city. It's a
Yeah.
slow city. Like
Right, but
they
busy.
don't. It's busy, but it's
Right.
it's at a moderate pace.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I think that's what I enjoyed most about it. So, but what's your favorite part of vacation?
My favorite part of vacation is just getting to leave my house and not be here.
Yeah.
I love to travel. That's why I like to drive for a living. My dad drove a truck for a living for, 25 years. I love to be out on the road. I love to take road trips. I love not sleeping at home sometimes, although my bed is very comfortable. But yeah, just to be able to get out and get away from here,
Yeah.
that's my favorite part. I don't even care where I go.
Well, and I think that would be we've said this before. That's my 1B.
Yeah.
It's let's get away from the normalcy. Let's break up the monotony
Right.
and kind of get away from
And
it.
reset. That's the biggest
That's
part
the
for me.
key.
I love a good vacation reset.
Yep. Yeah. Even if it's for a weekend.
Yeah.
Like you said, excuse me, going to West Virginia and stuff
Right.
like that, just to wipe the slate clean.
Yep. I got my reset a couple weeks ago when we went down to Nashville.
Yeah.
And it was just me and the wife and
And then what was it? The following week the week after that,
you guys went to West Virginia.
Went to West Virginia, so
It's a nice reset, man.
and
It really is.
and that's why I agree with staycations, but I do think even if for whatever reason, just travel to a neighboring city
Right.
for a day or something, just kind of
Right.
new scenery. It just it like you said, it just resets you. And
Yeah.
I get it, especially nowadays. Like, I mean, even going back to the mid 2010s, it's so much more expensive now.
Yeah.
Um,
Gas right now. Is
well,
the problem.
gas. I mean, flights, and
Yeah.
not only that, like the flights are getting more expensive, and they're taking more shit away.
Mhm.
So I get that. It's a big decision. It's expensive, but
yeah.
I can tell you this: my kids, they didn't want for nothing. But I can tell you this: they'll tell you that they would have much rather us go on vacation than buy them a ton of shit.
Right.
Which was we'll get to it, but was my gripe about my childhood. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my parents tried to do something every summer with like income tax return.
Yeah.
Like they would always plan something out. We would go, to Florida and stuff like that. I've been to Boston, and 99 we went to Texas to visit my uncle, and me and my wife have tried to do that. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way.
Right.
Like we wanted to go on vacation this year. We were talking about going down to Florida and going to the Gulf because my wife's never been to the Gulf.
Oh.
In fact, the only time she's ever seen the ocean is when I've taken her.
Yeah.
Which is funny because she grew up the majority of her childhood in Fort Hood, Texas,
Yeah.
which isn't that far from the ocean
Right,
or the
right.
Gulf. They never went.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's. I mean, I've been there. I've told you back in was it 05 or 06.
mhm.
I had moved to Florida. I was going to move with my sister and start over and all that.
Yeah.
And she lived in Venice,
Okay.
which is just south of Sarasota,
Yeah.
which is real close to the west coast of Florida.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was the first time I'd seen the ocean. I actually never went to the beach, but I drove past
Really?
it where I could see it. Yeah, I was. That's another story about my whole trip down there. We could have a whole session on that. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, so vacations are truly, like I said, they're expensive, but
Right.
It's funny
now.
because looking back, like, regardless of what we spent, because I mean, we did the same thing with our first 3 vacations. We saved income tax
Mm-hmm.
and used it for that,
Yeah.
and it paid off dearly. So, Bob, this is going to be a better question for you to start, but
Okay.
what was your very first vacation that you can remember? Now, there may have been times your parents might have took you when you were little maybe, but
Yeah.
if you don't remember it, I would say
There's one from, oh God, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. I don't remember it. There's pictures. We went down to actually Mammoth Cave down in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, we went to Graceland because, my mom and grandma and grandpa, they were all big Elvis fans.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one. What I do remember is in 1990, the whole family went down to Busch Gardens in
nice.
Virginia. And I remember that specifically because me and my dad rode roller coasters. I was not very old, 7?
Yeah.
7 years old, 8 years old, somewhere in there. And that scared the shit out of me because they were like big boy coasters, not like Jogga Lake coasters at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, these were
Cedar Point type.
Yeah. And one of them's not there anymore. They tore it down and put another coaster in the same spot. But one of them is, and it was called the Loch Ness Monster. And it was like the double loop.
Okay.
But what was cool about it is it went down into like this river gorge thing, and the loops interlocked. So they would run 2 trains once in a while, and you'd have a chance of going into the loops at the same time.
Oh, that's crazy.
But it was, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And I remember it just being hot as hell because it's summer in Virginia.
Yeah.
And my uncle was a bit of an alcoholic, and we had to go to like the Budweiser factory or the Busch factory or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And they had to do a beer tasting. And I'm like 7 years old. I'm like, I don't care about this. But
Yeah.
I remember it smelled really good.
Yeah. For me, I'll just kind of, I thought of one last night. It wasn't really a vacation, but I did leave to go see somebody and spend the weekend. So I counted as my first one. But in 2003, when I was living with Vonnie and his brother, me and Jermaine had went with a couple other of our friends to this like house party that this girl was having. That she had her own house, whatever.
Nice.
She had a very young daughter, and we went to hang out. And by the end of the night, she had taken a liking to me. I taken a liking to her.
Oh,
We
boy.
started talking. Well, when we were over there, she was engaged, but she was separated, and it ended up blowing up like a few months after that. So she took her daughter and all her things and moved to North Carolina
Oh, wow.
to stay with her sister.
Okay.
And, me being 22 years old,
Yeah.
she was like, at some point you should come see me. And
Of
I
course.
was working at Steer, and it was 12-hour shifts, 4 on, 3 off, 3 on, 4 off.
Yeah.
So it was a Tuesday night, or it was Tuesday afternoon, and I was going into my last shift. I had a 4-day weekend that weekend. It was my Wednesday, Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
Friday, Saturday off. And I said, well, why don't I come down this weekend?
Man.
And she was like, do it.
Okay.
And the next night, I got off that Wednesday. I got off at 6 a.m. in the morning. I went home. I actually didn't, or no, yeah. So I slept as much as I could that day, but the excitement, I didn't sleep much.
Yeah, naturally.
And I didn't really tell anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't tell my parents. I didn't really tell Vonnie. I waited until I was on the road and kind of told them.
Mm-hmm.
So that night, it was about 6 o'clock at night. Well, no. No, that's right. I ended up leaving that night. I'm sorry. I was going to leave then, but a friend of ours needed help with something. So Later that night, it was I finally decided to leave at like 11 at night. I was like, it's probably better to travel at night, whatever.
Yeah.
And this was like before GPS. Like I got the map.
Oh, you had to
fucking-
map quest that shit.
And
Nice.
I'm driving all the way to my first time ever driving out of state, anything, and I'm going
Oh.
450 miles
Wow.
or
Okay.
whatever it was. Or no, 800 miles. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm going damn near 800 miles. And yeah, I drove down there on a whim.
Nice.
I'm halfway down there, and I call everybody and like, hey, just, you know. And strangely enough, like, I mean, people were obviously like, what the hell are you doing? But all right, man,
Yeah.
do you, you know?
Yeah,
be
hell
careful.
yeah.
So I went down there and spent 3 days, and that was fun. Didn't get much sleep, but
I could imagine.
yeah, it was fun. Unfortunately, on the drive back, I totaled my car.
Oh I
I don't think I've ever told you this story.
No.
So I drove
I've
back.
never heard this.
Obviously, the lack of sleep. I was really tired. And at one point, I pulled over for about an hour, and I took a power nap. I was smart. And I'm driving, and I'm in West Virginia, and I'm about a half hour from the border of Ohio.
Oh no.
And this truck, and you've drove through 77
Oh,
in
yeah.
West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
There's sections where it's median and
Yep.
mountain wall, and that's all you got.
Yep.
And this guy was here, and I was here next to the mountain, and he was going to get into my lane, and I'm slamming on. He's not. So it's either let him hit me
Yeah.
or swerve.
And hit the
And when I
mountain.
swerve, and I was like Morris code off the side of this fucking mountain while going 85 miles an hour. Where do you hear this story? I hit my head, it knocked my glasses off, and my cell phone at the time fell, and this was primitive cell phone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It fell, and when I get up, I open my door, and there's probably about this much space, and then it locks and never closes or opens. It just stays there.
Huh.
I get out, and a guy comes up to me, and this will tell you this. He comes up to me. He goes, "Are you okay?" I go, "Yeah, I think so." He goes, "I saw that guy cut you off." He said, "I didn't get his license plate." I said, "But I got the make of the car." He goes, "Are you hurt anywhere?"
Yeah.
I'm a nurse.
Oh.
What are the chances?
Right.
It gets even deeper.
Okay.
So we're sitting there, and he says, "Okay, you seem to be okay or whatnot. We're waiting for the cops to come."
Mhm.
My car is totaled.
Right.
Like, I can't drive it.
Yeah.
I'm in West Virginia.
Yeah. You're
No
4 hours
Uber.
away.
A taxi would,
Nothing.
no taxi would do it.
Yeah. Nothing.
I didn't know what I said. I don't even know how I'm going to get back home. And he goes, "Well, where are you from?" I said, "I live in Ohio, in Akron." He goes, "I'm from Copley."
Oh no shit.
What are the
What
chances,
are the chances,
bro?
man? That's amazing.
And there was another car behind him that had stopped and whatever. And the tow truck that came to take my car to their tow place, and dude, this was as backwoods deliverance,
Oh, God,
fucking
yeah.
freaky as you
Yeah.
could think. And I'm calling my dad, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And the car that they had at the time could not handle that far
Yeah.
of a drive, so I'm stranded.
Right.
The lady that owns it, she goes, "Where do you live?" I said, "I live in Akron." I said, "It's about 2.5 hours from here."
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "I'll tell you what." She was like, because mind you, this is, 03.
Oh yeah.
She was like, $150, I'll drive you up there.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't have $150.
Yeah.
But I was still on the phone with my dad, and he goes, "We'll take care of it. Just get home."
Right.
Which was one of the times, I do make things
Yeah.
about my dad, but it was one of the times that, like, he didn't even hesitate.
Right.
And, yeah, so they drove me home. The racist motherfuckers, though, man. Like, literally, we're driving home, and she goes, "Oh, you're from Ohio. Probably got a lot of N-words up there."
Oh,
and I was like, really?
man, like-
Really? Like, it's 2003. Like,
That's
But anyways.
that's West Virginia for you on a lot of things sometimes.
But yeah, so that was how my first vacation went. But yeah, I thought about it, and I was like, I should probably tell that because the story after is really interesting and
I
stuff.
mean, that's technically a vacation.
I know it truly was. Like, she had bought me like some clothes. Like, she
Yeah.
took me out to eat. Like, we had fun.
Hell yeah.
We went to the zoo with their daughter. Like, we had a lot of fun. But yeah, so yeah, that was an interesting that's why I tell people, I'm like, not the second half, but once in
Yeah.
your life, do something crazy.
Oh yeah,
You know, like randomly one night deciding you're going to drive 800 miles to fucking North Carolina to a girl that really wasn't your girlfriend, but
right,
was kind of your girlfriend.
right.
But, you know, I don't regret it. It's a story now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like I said, I totaled my fucking car, which sucked, but, you know, and I couldn't, it was a, what do they call that? When it's a one-car collision, there's a term for it, and I can't remember what it's called. They didn't cite me,
Right.
luckily, only because
The
the
guy,
guy saw that
Yeah.
the dude had cut me off. So yeah, that's a crazy story. So why don't we go into what, you know, one of your favorite vacations
Man,
were?
one of my favorite vacations. I actually kind of alluded to it earlier. In 1994, we went to Boston as a family. I was 11 years old. We started off the trip. We went to Cooperstown, New York, which you know it's in Cooperstown.
Yeah, the Baseball Hall of Fame, baby.
So I got to see the Baseball Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
It was cool. And for me and my dad being baseball
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
nuts.
a moment in time.
Yeah, a father-son thing. It's super cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And then from there, we went to Boston.
Boston.
And Boston. I got to see the USS Constitution. It was in dry dock because they were doing some renovation stuff on it, getting it ready for whatever.
Probably some presentation.
Yeah,
or
something.
Like,
It was cool to see something that
Yeah.
old.
yeah.
And we went to Bunker Hill. We went up to Salem and did all the witch stuff, which was
sweet.
awesome.
Yeah.
We went to the witch museum up there. That was really cool.
Which I read something crazy about that. You know, they only ended up killing like 30, 35
Yeah,
women.
it wasn't a whole
They
lot.
said it was like 10,000 of the
Yeah,
books and
no.
shit they only. I mean, it was still fucked up for what
Yeah,
they
exactly.
did, but it wasn't as big as a travesty as.
Right.
Or at least, I won't say big as a travesty. The death count wasn't as high
Right.
as they originally thought.
Well,
it
that
was.
just goes to show you about religious fanatics.
Well, and history. Like,
Yeah.
only the winners write history.
Right.
So, you know.
But the funnest part of that vacation was my dad is a massive, massive, massive Boston Red Sox fan.
That's right.
So we actually went to Fenway Park.
Fenway. That's
Yep.
what I was going to. Yeah, Fenway.
And that was during the early 90s when the Red Sox were kind of trash.
Yeah.
I think their best player at the time was maybe Mo Vaughn. Maybe.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
But you ain't going to win a
no.
season with just him.
What was actually cool about it was it was like a rain check doubleheader against the Blue Jays. I still have my ticket stub, so when you go to edit the video, I'll send you
Yeah,
a
send
picture
it
of
to
the
me.
ticket stub. I can't believe I still have that ticket stub. It's
Yeah.
like 32 years old.
Yeah.
But it was cool because my dad went out and he touched the green monster.
Oh,
Which
that's
was,
awesome.
you know, one of
the
his
wall
things,
or
yeah.
whatever, yeah.
And I remember walking around the stadium, and it's one of those old-timey, like, if you ever went to Tiger Stadium.
I never got to see it. When I went
Okay.
to the concert we talked about in the previous one, it was already Comerica Park.
Okay. But yeah, it was a lot like, you know, Tiger Stadium, that old school, like, ramps up to, you know, upper deck bleachers.
Oh, okay.
But it was basically, we got standing room only tickets for a doubleheader. One ticket, 2 games. They were bad. We sat wherever. You couldn't do that now at Fenway because
Yeah.
it's always packed, even
Yeah.
if they're bad or not. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
I
Be like going to a Yankees game.
right. But no, it was cool, man.
That's
It was
awesome.
neat.
I've always wanted to go to like Boston, DC.
Yeah.
That whole as much as I said I'm not a fan of history, I do like those kinds of things though. You
Yeah.
know, I would love to see, you know, the Declaration of Independence, Lincoln
Mhm.
Memorial, Washington. Like that stuff is still cool to me. It's regardless of you know where you stand,
Mhm.
it's historical, and you know I again seeing it in the physical is very interesting for me. So I've always wanted to do that, and I was jealous because you remember back in the day, middle schools, even in
They went to Boston or Boston
DC,
or DC.
even as broke as Akron was, they still had those trips.
Yeah.
We could never afford it, so I was never able to go. But Ty's going. But I do remember when we were young too, they used to ask for parent
Mhm.
chaperones.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. Like
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was gonna take time off of work. I was like, I'm gonna fucking go. And they unfortunately they don't do that anymore.
I've got a tie into DC. I want to say it was about 2 years before my mom passed. they lived down there. They moved. Her fiance took a paralegal job down there, and they lived in Silver Spring, Maryland, which was just about 15 minutes outside of DC.
Yeah.
And I went down in like July the one year and stayed at their apartment. And it was cool because the one weekend we actually went into DC and we started at Arlington. So I've seen like the changing of the guard at Arlington Cemetery. Bro, that's cool.
Yeah, I could imagine.
That's cool. But we did a tram tour of DC where you could pay for your tram ticket and then you could go and get off the tram and go to all the hot spots.
And then get back on it.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
We walked by the Lincoln Memorial, but they were doing a bit of a renovation on the outside, and it was just packed with people.
Well, I could imagine at any time.
Yeah.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
But it was cool because, you know, we saw the reflecting pool, which you know what's going on in the news right now with the reflecting pool bullshit. But we walked up to the Washington Monument. I wasn't walking up, you know, however many hundreds of steps.
When I think of the reflecting pool, I always think of that scene in Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
When Jenny's running up to him when he's giving that speech. Like, that's what I always think about when I think of that.
I wonder how much clearance they had to get to do that scene, because I'm sure they filmed it there.
Who knows? I mean, once they've seen the film or knew about the film, I mean, it wasn't doing
it was a big
any
thing.
Distasteful kind of.
Right.
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, no, it was a cool trip because we did the Vietnam, the wall,
the memorial.
That was cool, man.
Yeah.
And then we did the World War II memorial, which was,
you know, we really treated those soldiers like shit after that war.
Vietnam.
They were just doing what the hate should have been to our government being ignorant. Not those guys. They were doing what they were told.
Right.
But
getting spit on.
You live and learn, man. Yeah. If we're gonna go, I'm gonna go. Really, this one's tough because we've been to Disney twice. I mean, obviously, you know that. They don't. But I'm going to go with the first one. The second one was a better vacation, but the first one was more memorable because it was all our first time there. And so I'll go into a little detail about that. So we had decided we were going to try to do this. Again, you know, I was still working at DICOM. As a matter of fact, I had just started there. We had went in 2016. I had started there in 2015.
Wow.
So we had talked about it, and I had come across a Disney vacation planner.
Okay.
You know, because, I mean, we didn't know what to expect.
Right.
And she helped us out. She got us a hell of a deal. I think our entire package, that's with flight, a meal plan, what's it called? Memory Maker package. I'll get into that. All of that stuff. And our, you know, our hotel, our hotel or whatever. It was only like $3,500.
That's actually not bad.
It's not bad at all. So if you guys don't know, so I suggest driving to Disney, but if
we did.
If you want an all exclusive, then you can fly down there because there are, and I'll put them up. They have their own bus line that goes from park to park to different things that runs every 15 to 20 minutes. So you don't have to drive or do anything down there. But so Rhiannon's working with her. They're getting this whole thing laid out. And so in the beginning of it was the beginning of June. We flew down, and as soon as you get off, they have, like, you don't even take a cab or nothing. They have their own Disney buses that pick you up at the airport.
That's awesome.
So we get on that, and then they drop you off at whatever. Like, we were staying at Coronado Springs.
Okay.
So we got...
Hey, good catch, almost.
And then we get to our room, and we didn't tell the kids this, but her mom paid for... It's called A Kid's First Trip. I don't even know if they still do it because this was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But they get the ears with their names embroidered on it. Oh,
cool.
It's like this big package, and she got it for them, and they were waiting on our beds when we got into the room.
That's amazing.
So they got that, and we headed out, and the first place we went was we all had to get, like, they had their ears, but me and Mama had to get ours.
Oh, yeah.
and I got R2D2 ears.
Nice.
I still have them.
You would.
I'll try to. I'll try to throw them up.
When you edit.
Yeah, when I edit.
Yeah.
But we got our ears, and we kind of just looked around. And our first day. Now I don't remember this completely, so it's going to be a little choppy with times. But our first day, because you have to plan. If you really want to, like, really, you should plan 2 days at Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is fucking humongous. And that's the park that has Cinderella's castle.
Right.
So we go there and we're looking at it. And it blew my mind because you hear about it. But, like, not only do they have, like, because it's Orlando, middle of summer.
Yeah. Hot as hell.
They have the misters everywhere.
Right.
Water is free. They don't charge.
Yeah.
Every shop's air conditioning. They don't shoo you away if you don't buy anything. Guys, Disney really was super friendly.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wasn't prepared for was the smell-o-vision. So, not bad.
Okay.
They have specific poles or like things that put smells into the park.
Ooh, nice.
So if you're near, it'll smell like sweets, or it might smell like bread, or like they do stuff like that to kind of entice you. So we're taking all that in, and the Memory Maker package is amazing. I think I still have some pictures. Maybe I can pull it up in my wallet. But so what the Memory Maker is they have people that stand around with cameras, that are employees, and they take your picture.
Okay.
But what you don't know is when they go to take your picture, they'll say things like, for instance, and I'll throw this picture up because it's one of I have a picture of Ty on my shoulders. Because mind you, the first time we went to Disney, it was slightly before his 3rd birthday.
Okay.
He's on my shoulders, and she says, tell him to put his hand up like this. So he puts his hand up. When they send you the picture, there's Mickey balloons in his hand.
Oh, nice. So they edit it.
So they edit it.
That's awesome.
Because there's a picture of me and Rhiannon, and we're like, she's like this, and you know the dancing teacups from Beauty and the Beast.
Uh-huh.
She's like this, and they say, look surprised, and we're like this, and there's a teacup in her hand.
That's cool, man.
It's all included in the Memory Maker package.
Wow.
Any picture you take, even like the pictures you like, you know how you can, like at Jogger Lake and at Cedar Point, you take the pictures of the roller coaster. All those are included if you get the Memory Maker.
Damn.
It's actually well worth it.
Yeah, we went.
But yeah, our first vacation to Disney was, the only problem is they had just bought Star Wars.
So they didn't have all the cool
They didn't
Star
have
Wars
Galaxy
shit.
Edge. Even when we went 2 years later, Galaxy Edge was only about 70% finished.
Right.
So we didn't, I mean, they had Star Wars stuff because they had bought it, but it wasn't their main focus at the time.
That's the only reason I would go back now, because of the Star Wars stuff.
I have to build my own droid.
And
I
lightsaber.
have to build my own lightsaber.
Yes.
I have to before I die.
Yeah, my wife would probably be upset that I would want to do that. But maybe not. I don't know.
I want to do it.
But yeah, we went in '96, and it was, obviously '96. I was a teenager, and it was fun. But for me, I was a little bit old for it at that point.
So
on certain things.
Well, back then though, too, it was more for littler kids. Now with them having shit like Marvel,
right,
ESPN,
I would have a lot more fun.
Yeah, I mean they have a whole section for just they have a whole area for ESPN, bro. Sports shit, like, dude,
I would have more fun.
That's what I'm saying. So it's teenagers can do. I mean, like Sunny, the first time we went, she was 11. Second time, she was 13.
Yeah.
So she still had a blast. Again, guys, I don't know if you know this, and I'm sure it was like that when you were there, but like. The characters and the staff cannot break character.
No.
There was actually a time that the Toy Story characters, if they were around and any guest said, Andy's coming, they would fall. They quit doing that, though, because it would happen so often they would get hot. So they kind of quit doing that. But
I couldn't, dude, could you imagine being in one of those suits, though?
Well, a lot of them say that, especially now, recently, there's fans and like air conditioning type shit in it. But I couldn't imagine.
In that heat?
Well, and like, we found this out, like, we also got them the autograph books because, like, even the ones in the costumes autograph.
Oh yeah.
And
they
they
did
like,
that when we went.
They practice with their costume
Yeah.
on, so they all sign it the same.
Mm-hmm.
We did you can do character dining, where like, we did a Winnie the Pooh breakfast, and it had Piglet and Winnie the Pooh and
Nice.
and it was just it really is the most magical place on earth.
It
Like
is.
I really, like, as an adult man,
Yeah.
I can say that, like, I do truly believe, and I get not being able to afford it, and if you can't, you can't. But if at any possible, take your kids at least once. I mean, it is an absolutely just mind-blowing experience. Like we've been twice, and I want to go back again.
Yeah, I've been twice. The first time we did at the time all three parks. We did Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and what was the studios? MGM? Not MGM. Yeah.
Hollywood Studio. Well, that's what they call it now.
But we also went to Universal Studios too.
Oh
on that.
yeah.
But it was part of whatever the other third park, because they only had three parks at the time.
Yeah. They got 4 now. It was before Animal Kingdom was.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were not even like.
Well, I don't know what it's called then, but now that the park you're thinking of is called Hollywood Studios.
Okay,
So it's
yeah.
Hollywood Studios, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, but we did that then, and actually, I think I had more fun at Universal doing, because I was able to ride the Jaws ride down there when Jaws was.
And that's what Hollywood Studios was trying to do. They were trying to, keep people from going to Universal and coming. But we're actually taking Ty to
Sorry, I got a tickle in the back of my throat.
Right. We're actually, for his 15th birthday, he wants to go to Universal. So
that's cool. They got a bunch of good coasters down there now.
Yeah, I definitely want to go down there and see. They have all kinds of. They got Super Mario World now. They got a Harry Potter World. Take a drink. Get that.
I probably got a mustache hair stuck in the back of my throat, and I feel like I want to die right now.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's so annoying when you're trying to do this.
Yep.
And then nobody wants to hear you cough.
Yeah.
And I'm bad at it because, unfortunately, you don't know this, but I am a smoker.
Yeah.
So
I'm a reformed smoker.
Yeah, you quit smoking.
I mean, I vape, but whatever.
I still smoke cigarettes because I'm a dumbass.
Well,
that's what it is. I got a hair stuck in the back of my throat.
Probably.
Awesome. This is wonderful.
You got any other vacation that you want to?
stories?
Yeah, or anything you want to?
I mean, Florida twice. Second time we went to Florida, we went down to the Bahamas on a cruise.
Oh, nice.
So everything you see in the pictures of crystal clear water and white sand is it's beautiful down there. And honestly, one of my most favorite vacations, and it really technically it wasn't a vacation, but it was when me and my wife went on our honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
We went to Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
And it was great because it was just me and her. We didn't have the kids, didn't have the dogs, didn't have anything to worry about.
It was just you guys.
It was early May, so it was, upper 70s, low 80s down there. The water was already in the upper 60s. So you could get in the ocean, but, you didn't want to stay too long. But, man, there's so much to do down there.
Mm-hmm. We've been twice.
Yeah, I've been twice, and it's,
I think, excuse me.
Ooh,
that one
nice
crept, that one crept up. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like what I would consider, what most people would consider vacation. First vacation was in 2014 when we took the kids to Myrtle Beach.
Hell yeah.
And it was around Father's Day because we actually went to the Ripley's aquarium down there.
Oh yeah, I've been there twice.
Oh,
Dude,
so
that
good.
place is awesome.
But Dad's got in free.
Ooh.
So I got in free that day.
That's cool.
And we saw a bunch of cool stuff. And I got the pet manta rays and
Did you guys do the Ripley's Believe It or Not when
museum?
You were down
Oh
there?
hell
Isn't
yes!
that cool, man?
That thing was amazing. Yeah, the little one that was on the corner of that road.
Yeah.
We sure did. And the upside down house.
I drove by it.
That was at the Broadway at the beach.
Yeah, Broadway at the beach.
That's the best place down there.
That was cool.
That whole place, they have hobby stores and like carnival food vendors and just.
Did you see the 365 day a year Christmas store down there?
Yes.
I actually bought ornaments from there when we were on our honeymoon.
a callback for you guys in the Adult Money Kids Toys section, I talk about my first pop. That's where I bought my first
No
pop.
shit.
Was at this corner hobby shop. The whole outside, it's all glass windows, but it's all like those sticky posters that go lengthwise of the wall, and it was Marvel and DC.
That's awesome, dude.
And all this other kind of stuff. But yeah, that was what I consider like an actual vacation, planning your, you plan it, you go, you do this. We rented a condo down there in a place called Myrtlewood Villas. Yeah, I mean, Myrtle Beach, again, the locals say it sucks and shit like that.
Right.
I don't know. We've been twice, and I would go back again.
Yeah.
Me and Rhiannon, I would tell her all the time, I'm like, we should come down for like 4 days one time, just like me and you, just kind of, because we did a lot of what the kids wanted to do and stuff like that. But
I think with me and my wife going down for our honeymoon, and that was literally the first time she had ever been to the ocean.
Yeah, me too.
Which the pictures of her face is just awesome.
Priceless.
Yeah, because I've been all up and down the East Coast. I've been to the Gulf. It's just the ocean. It kind of loses its luster after a while.
After the first couple of times, you're like, eh.
It's still cool when you haven't been for a while and then you go.
It's weird to look at water and still keep seeing water.
Yeah.
Like, we're used to lakes and shit, like, but...
I can tell you that when we went on that cruise, I was, 15? Yeah, 15. When we went on that cruise to the Bahamas, and once we left out of Cape Canaveral, and once you hit out, man, once that sun goes down, bro, it's an eerie feeling because it's just, the water is just black. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously it's not, but
yeah, because
it's just like it's just like a sea of black, and
that would be freaky.
Oh, you feel very isolated, and very like, it's a weird feeling.
Oh, dude, I love the water, and that shit would be freaky to me.
But being on a big boat like that, you don't really, you don't feel it, but there's always something to do, so you just kind of, and then you port, you get to port wherever you're going, and then you're on land, and you're doing your thing, and then you get back on the boat, and but no, it's everybody should go on a cruise at least once in their life.
Man, I see so many bad stories about them now. I don't even want to go anymore.
Yeah. Did you watch that documentary on Netflix, The Poop Cruise? Oh my God.
Yeah, that shit freaks me out.
Could you imagine?
Man, no.
Turds backing up in your...
I'd rather not. Funny story. You know where me and Rhiannon went for our honeymoon?
Where?
Kalahari. It was all we had the money for.
But
we had fun.
Yeah,
we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. But it was, I mean, it was all we could afford. Yeah. I mean, shit, we didn't have a wedding. We just went to the courthouse, so.
Yeah. Well, when me and my wife got married, we did a lot of things on a budget. Like, we ordered most of our decorations off Amazon. Believe it or not, a lot of our personalized stuff that we got, then you were there, you saw. Yeah. But we ordered that from Amazon. I didn't have to pay for the church because at the time, before Rick passed away, it was like, hey, we want to we're talking about getting married. And he's like, use the church.
No.
I'll do the ceremony. No problem.
No.
The thing that cost us the most was our reception.
Yeah, that's usually
like $4,600.
Yeah, that's where the food and liquor.
Yeah, we still spent. I mean, we had like 85 people at our wedding, and for everything we did, we still spent like $14,000.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm trying to think. Vonnie told me what he spent on his wedding. Like he had a big ass wedding.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he ended up getting divorced too. That I guess. Hindsight's always 20/20, but, I still wish that we would have done something. Like, she was doing all that. Like, she was, like...
Yeah.
She was buying, like, do-it-yourself, like, shit and making everything herself. Like, we had picked out her wedding dress and all that shit, but we just never... Once Ty decided to come and all that, we never got back around. We were like, all right, then in 5 years we'll like renew our vows, and then in 10 years, and then it just didn't.
It didn't happen.
Then it just didn't get talked about anymore.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've talked about doing that too, like maybe at 10 years. Still got 5 years to go. I don't know if it'll happen, but we'll see. It would be cool just to have a party. But if we don't, whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah,
I'm still married to her, and
that's the most important
yeah.
thing.
That's where
All
I'm at.
right. You want to move on to what maybe some of our dream vacations?
What are we gonna do? The dream vacations. Now, is this something that we're putting together in our minds, or maybe something that we've kind of experienced? And
However you want to go about it, man.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just gonna go with places I want to visit.
Okay.
I mean, because that's really,
Yeah.
where my mind went when I.
Sure.
So, go ahead.
I would love to go further west than Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
I would love. My mom traveled quite a bit, especially as she was older and sick. She did a lot of traveling just to go see. I would love to go out to Arizona and see the Grand Canyon.
Vonnie lives close to that.
Yeah, I've got a cousin that lives outside of or right around Goodyear, Arizona.
Vonnie lives close to that.
Okay.
He actually went to a Guardians in Goodyear
Spring training
game.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin Kerry lives out that way.
Yeah.
He's lived out there for decades at this point, but I'd go visit him, but I would love to go see the Grand Canyon. I'd love to go see Hoover Dam.
Yeah, I'd like to see all that too.
I'd love to go see the big redwoods in California, and I would love to go see the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, it's funny because I know a lot of people like go and hate it, but I still would like to go to Vegas just once.
Yeah, I would love to go to
I
Vegas.
just want to go once, just to say I did it.
Yeah. I'd be okay with
one
it.
One of my, since we're going there like dream vacations is, and I'll always want to go there is Japan. Me loving anime and kung fu and just Japanese culture, like I would die to go to Japan just for a week.
I haven't told you this yet, but it's through school, through the high school, but we're sending Maddie to Japan. I think she's going next year. We've been paying on this trip for like 2 years already, bro.
That is fucking crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah. And she's big into anime and manga. And yeah. So
dude, I love that shit. Dude, I want to go so bad. Like,
yep.
And the Japanese culture too, they're very, very welcoming. Like they don't, like, China hates us, North Korea hates us. Japan never, like, they're very, like, and just, I don't know. I love the food. I love Japanese food. I love the culture. I love, like, I don't know. That's definitely a place I want to go.
I'm excited for her to go, honestly. I think she's going to.
Oh, she'll love it.
Yeah. It's going to be a different experience for her, but she better act right because,
Yeah, no kidding. I was trying to think of some others. Really anywhere. I mean, I've never been out of the continental United States. Like, I haven't been to Canada. I've never been to Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been to, Canada for us is kind of cheating because I've been to Niagara Falls before you had to have a passport to go over and to see the Canadian side.
It doesn't matter.
But
it's
I've been
part
there.
of Canada.
I've been been to the Bahamas. I would love to go. And the only thing it would cost me is the plane ticket. I would love to go to Germany because I have a ton of family in Germany.
Yeah.
Just to visit them and see. And
see, I want to go to Scotland.
Scotland?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I want to go to Scotland. There's a YouTuber that I follow. His name is Marley13. He plays Call of Duty and
nice.
like those kinds of games. But he's Scottish. And he plays with a guy that's a friend of his named Noodles. And this guy is... you ever heard a Scotsman crash out?
No.
It's the best comedy you'll ever hear in your life. I'll show you after this episode. But I've always wanted to go to Scotland. I love the Scottish accent and just, I don't know. I just, that, that's the one thing, we've talked about, we can kind of go into it now that we've really got to our subjects. My dad never really wanted to do anything. So
really?
We went to Jogga Lake from my memory once as a family that I can remember, and I was very little. We never went to Cedar Point.
I went to Cedar Point once, and that was enough for me.
The first time I went to Cedar Point, I was an adult. And
yes, we're passing notes, just like in high school.
So, that's the biggest thing. Like, I say that I didn't have a lot when I was a kid. I would still take that if we would have just done more shit.
For sure.
That's the one thing that me and Rhiannon always said is like, because there was people that like, oh, you're blowing your tax returns on vacation. I said, yeah, well, we're giving these kids
Yeah,
memories, dog.
yeah, and memories for yourselves too,
Bro. I
Don't
remember
discount
everything. Like, dog,
Yeah,
I'm so glad that I was able to give them experiences and
For
not
sure.
things.
that
But I didn't get to experience that till I was
Yeah.
an adult. You know, and one of the arguments that me and Rhiannon would have from time to time, and we were truly, like, you know, I'm saying this as divorced and
yeah,
honest. We didn't argue a lot, but one of the things that would come up is she goes, you know, you never really got like excited for stuff. And I said, see, that's the thing. Like,
Right.
it wasn't that I didn't get excited. It's that growing up, I was let down so
Right.
much
you put the wall.
that until we're on our way there,
I'm not gonna get excited.
yeah, because I've
Yeah.
literally gotten like,
Let down.
there was one time we were supposed to go to Jogga Lake. We had gotten up that morning and my mom and dad got in an argument and my dad said, we're not going.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
And that's crazy because we would go, like when I was growing up, we would go 2 to 3 times a year because my dad was a Teamster at his job, so they would do their yearly picnic. His job would do their yearly picnic there, and then my mom's job would do their yearly
Yeah.
picnic there. You know, like back when they had all the picnic areas.
No,
you could
yeah, I
bring
remember
in-
that was huge at Geauga
Yeah,
Lake. Like
it
a
was
lot
a
of people have
family
that thing,
thing.
but yeah, man, we never, you know, like I'm being serious, and you're gonna, I know I'm gonna get the ew look, but you know what vacation was for me? Usually once a year, around Memorial Day, they would take me to Portage Lake State Park. Exactly. But as a kid, it was
Okay.
it was something.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't have anything else, so I
Yeah.
took what I could get. But yeah, so, yeah, you know, that's why I wanted to let you shine on this
Yeah.
episode because I have
we
been
talked
on,
about it.
I have been on quite a few since
Now.
me and Rhiannon have been together. I mean,
Yeah.
hell.
But
you
that's
know,
awesome that you're doing that for the
yes.
kids.
Well, yeah,
and,
I mean,
you know,
and like you said, we did it for us too. I
Yeah.
wanted to go do that shit.
for sure.
You know, like even Rhiannon said, like they went to West Virginia a lot.
Yeah.
They went to Cedar Point a lot, but really outside of that, they didn't do a whole
Yeah.
lot. Like she went on that DC trip that we were talking about and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And,
My sister went to Boston.
or maybe no, that's where she went. I think she actually did. I think she went to Boston.
Yeah, my
but,
sister went to Boston.
you know, I never got to do that kind of stuff.
No, I
so
didn't.
I really, you know, I'm thankful. You know, something before we head out of here for this episode, I'd like to do a bros trip. You know, maybe just for 3
Yeah.
days on a weekend and go somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I've never got to. Well, I've kind of did that once. Actually, yeah, this is kind of a vacation. Back in I don't remember 06, 07ish, like one of
Mhm.
those years around there. Me, Vonnie, his buddy. I mean, it's my buddy Ron, Ron's wife, our buddy Brett, and Ron's little brother Bryson. Oh, Bryson! You want to talk about a character, dog?
Oh yeah.
We rented a hotel and went to the Island Casino in West Virginia for like 3 or 4 days and gambled. And
Oh, cool.
I'll tell you some stories about that. I wish I'd have thought about that before. I could tell you some
Yeah.
fucking stories about that trip. But I did do that, and that's the only time I've ever, you know, done something like that. I've never had like, you know, a guy's trip. Like my boss Dave, once a year, him and his buddies from college
Go do something.
They get on their bikes and they drive cross country.
Oh hell yeah, dude, that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, they do it every year.
I was gonna hit one more thing if that
Yeah,
was
no,
okay.
no,
not,
absolutely
not to cut
no.
you off.
I don't have a lot to
I
bring
know.
to this, so yeah,
Well-
if you do, absolutely.
Well, you were talking about, you know, making memories for your kids going on
Yeah, yeah,
vacation.
yeah.
Well, I've said earlier that me and my wife honeymooned in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Well, we loved it so much, we had the great idea the next year we go,
let's take the kids.
let's take the kids. 3 kids.
One a toddler.
I have never wanted to jump from a 3rd-story balcony to my demise and more in my life than that. I mean, granted, we had fun, and I can tell you this, being able to take my daughter to the ocean for the first time and to see her face and then to see all of their faces when they really see the ocean, especially the boy, because he was 4.
Yep.
I mean, he was scared to death, but he walked out with me and Mom,
Yep.
you know, holding hands up to his waist. And he's like, I don't think I like this.
Yep.
But, man, he built sand castles and played in the sand, and they buried each other in the sand.
Yeah.
And And we did a lot. We played mini golf and did a lot of,
Well, one thing real quick. I will say this: when you go on vacation as parents, understand
Mm-hmm.
most of it's not going to be vacation.
Right.
Yes, you're going to have fun times, but you have to watch the little ones. You have to
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure they're not getting too much sun. They're drinking enough fluids. There's a lot to it, but it is still extremely rewarding when you
It is.
give them their firsts.
It is.
It's the same with Ty seeing the ocean, Sunny seeing the
Right.
ocean. Me seeing the ocean. I mean, I seen the ocean. Like I said, I moved to
Yeah.
Florida for a bit, and I got to see it, but I never walked to the beach
Right.
and walked up to it. It wasn't until we went to Myrtle Beach in
Mhm.
2014 that I was able to, and it was well worth it.
For sure.
Well, I mean, I guess that's enough fun in the sun, huh?
Fun in the sun.
Yeah,
Hopefully nobody's sunburnt.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I went to my cousin's yesterday, and luckily yesterday wasn't as hot as the previous. I mean, it was still, don't get me wrong.
It was still warm.
But
it was humid.
nothing like the days before
God,
were
bro.
just miserable.
Brutal.
And then it started to rain, and I'm not kidding you, that temperature dropped like
Yeah, it
10
was nice.
degrees like that.
Still muggy, but
Oh yeah,
but
it was muggy
better.
as shit, but it was much better.
I literally had just, I mean, this isn't going to come out till August, but I literally had just got done with my ribs, my burgers, my dogs. I
Yeah.
just shut the grill off, and it's like, hey, it's starting to rain. I was like, oh.
Yeah, see, I started cooking at like 1 because I
Yeah.
had to get everything done because I was going over there.
Right, right.
Well, is it that time?
I think it's time for a dad joke.
I almost like that more than
Yeah, I
the
know,
jokes
right?
sometimes. Not that the jokes are bad, it's just
Yeah.
that voice cracks me up
I
every
know.
time I hear it. Like when I'm editing, I'm cracking up every time I hear that voice.
It's the only good one I can do.
I'm sure we can find others.
All right. I have a vacation inspired dad joke. It was hard to find.
I bet it was.
So here we go. What did the ocean say to the shore?
I have no clue.
Nothing. It just waved.
And on that note, we'll see you next week. Hey guys, I just want to take a minute here to talk about mental health awareness. It's something that me and my wonderful co-host Bob also suffer from. I seek therapy. We both have medications, and I just want everybody to know that if you're listening to this and you hear this, that there are people that care. There are other people like you, and don't hold that stuff in. Talk to somebody, let it out, because suicide is never the answer. If you're starting to feel some type of way, you think you're going to hurt yourself, or you don't feel like you have a support group, guys, please call or dial 988. It's the hotline for help. And if you're a veteran, which, mind you, 22 veterans commit suicide a day, guys. I mean, it's just not a good thing. If you're a veteran and you're struggling, please reach out. There are a lot of us that appreciate what you've done for us, and you need to know that there's help for you too. So if you're a veteran, dial or call 988 and press 1, and that helps veterans. And remember, you're not alone.